These songs of freedom, 'cause all I ever had. Redemption songs. Redemption songs. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None of but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, 'cause none of them can stop the time. How long will they kill our prophets? Don't you love it? Don't you love it? Man, oh man, I love those lyrics. Today, poof, Independence Day, man. It's Independence Day here in the US. Not burgers and hot dogs. Not burgers and hot dogs. Yes, it happens to be the 4th of July, but it is not about burgers, brewskis, hot dogs, or fireworks. We talking independence. Independence. Freedom. Freedom. We're talking about freedom. Stick around. You might get inspired to reclaim your freedom. Welcome to the Results Kill Excuses show. I'm your host, Greg. I've been getting on here talking about what? We talking about life. We're talking about life. And today, I'm grateful to have life. Let me breathe. That's how we know we got life. One more. Join me with this. Life and freedom. The reason why I have life is because I didn't hit the delete button. And I say it so effortlessly now, but man, oh man, I have survived some of the closest calls ever. Dark nights of the soul, dark days of the soul, dark weeks, dark years. When all I wanted to do was die. I felt totally hopeless, helpless, broken, unlovable, taken for granted, forsaken. God, man, you feel for anybody. Any of you feel forsaken in life. And here's the thing. Bob Marley talks about it right there. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. It's the mental. We're talking about mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical things here. And thank God that I had to hit that rock bottom to be here with you today. I will tell you right here, right now, it is my time. And if it's my time and you're watching this, guess what? It's your time. It's your time. Believe it. Quit thinking about it. Believe it. Let's start acting. Let's start acting the part. Imagine your super version right here, right now. Who is that? What does it look like? Who are you? And don't go back in a time machine saying, "Oh, well, the thing you missed in life." You need acceptance for the things you've missed. You've missed some opportunities. We all have. I've missed opportunities. You've missed opportunities. What would be, I hate using words like that. What you should not continue doing is letting them slip right by. The opportunities. You need to seize those opportunities. But what Bob is talking about, songs of freedom, free yourself from mental slavery, right? Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. But only you can do it. Only you can do it. None but ourselves can free our minds. So many of you watching this, so many of you that are not watching this, so many people you're bondage to your mental capacity. And if your mental capacity is traumatized from 0 to 10 years old and still playing itself out as in an adult life, brainwashed by all kinds of programming and social issues as if they're yours, and then delusions of rooting for winners that have nothing to do with you, and crying about losers that are not you either, but you already identify more with that, so you're okay with the whole story. It's it's time. That's all I can tell you, is the time is right now. They say there's the 2 best times to start something. Do you know? When's the 2 best times to start? Hopefully you know one of the 2. The first best time to start something was 20 years ago. And the second best is right now, right here, right now. And I am inviting you to start. I get bummed out when I saw somebody that I know and that I put on blast recently. I should share this the call so you all can hear my heart, but I voice messaged this person to basically quit posting all your shit online. No one gives a fuck, right? No one does. No one cares, right? You want to post all your sad stories of life online. Everyone's going through shit. I basically told him it's time to man up. It's time to be a fucking man, dude. Be a leader. Lead your family. Quit being a baby boy. And ultimately, it was, you got to get your shit together, bro. And I still see this person, man, guy, dude, interacting with my stuff, but it's like partially incoherent. And I know that alcohol was a big part of it. I relate to this stuff, man. I relate to the addictions. But here's the thing is, I'm not here to convince you that you're worth more. I'm not here to convince you that the sober life is 1,000 gazillion times greater than the, oh, I like to just have my one beer, bro. I can't have it. It's like, that's not even gonna work. Giving up something because for someone else that's I've talked about that. That's all about enmeshment. That is all about bondage. Like you're tap dancing for somebody else. You need somebody else on the external. You need to keep someone else happy. Everything that you do needs to come from the inside. And even in that, check this out. Even in that, when you're doing stuff and you feel so exhausted, so unappreciated, and it never brings the reward because you're constantly losing yourself, surrendering yourself, compromising yourself in hopes that someone else is going to be happy with you or happier, and then that's somehow supposed to make you happy, and it never works. It never works. And it leaves us even more hopeless, more frustrated. And so when we even try and give up a vice for somebody else, I tried that. I tried it, you guys. My first time of sobriety, I tried to give it up for my ex-wife at the time. I did it for that and for anger, because I had kind of gone fucked over in a situation, and yet it didn't work. And if you're doing that if you think you can change out of just hopes that someone else won't leave you, or that, you don't lose your relationship, or that 444 444. If you don't know, man, I mean, we got an early day. I got a big hike today. And I hope that you're doing something incredible with your life today, whatever day it is. If I get to hike on any day you watch this, that means it's a great day for me. I feel most alive. But going back to this state of being where I love seeing that. So 44444, that's confirmation for you too. I'm watching this. It's July 4th, right? 4444. So if we do anything from the outside, it doesn't last. It doesn't bring you peace. And you already know this. You already know this, right? And yet, part of recovery, part of getting sober, part of turning your life around, changing your whole entire course of life, yeah, it's going to come with a lot of anguish, mental, emotional changes. But here's the thing is that if you get rid of fill in the blank, if you eliminate one thing from your life, you have to be like strategically ready to boom, implement the next thing. You have to already know what it is that you're going to substitute in there. Because if that space stays void, oh man, like, no, you're not going to get it. It won't stay void. The vacuum, the draw, the pull, the vortex will pull back whatever was there. And so the beautiful thing, because we are on July 4th, is if you have an Apple iPhone, right? We now have this thing. If you go into the App Store, it's called type in these 3 magic words: results, kill, excuses, which brings so much joy to my heart. And we now have the app, which has actually 5 free self-discovery courses for you from me and my heart. And these are over delivery. These are over delivery. I was watching the introduction video earlier, but it's here. It's here. It's now, right? Android, it's coming. They take a little longer, right? They said they want up to a month. Apple posted it in like one day. I was blown away. So it's there. And again, it's beta. So, but the cool thing is there, everything I'm talking about here are things that I've gone through, that I'm speaking from experience, right? I'm not just making shit up. I'm not just hoping that this stuff works. And that's one thing where I realized that we're all connected. The one place that it doesn't matter of your circumstances, the one place we have universal connection. Do you know where this is at? Where we are all connected. It's with our emotions. It doesn't matter if you're the richest person on earth or the poorest person on earth. You're going to feel happy. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel blissful. You're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel angry. You're going to feel peaceful. Like, our emotions is what contains us all, or doesn't, depending on how you want to look at it. And so the app is a beautiful thing. You'll hear so much more about that in the days and weeks to come. But everything I'm talking about, it starts here, man, with the mind. It's in your mind and in your emotions. You are not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And that is one of the hardest things to figure out, to experience, to become what's called the observer of your thoughts. Like, you disconnect and you're like, whoa, why am I thinking round and round and round and worrying myself to death about shit? It's like, wait, I'm not these thoughts. I'm observing these thoughts. Think, like, when you get into your mind, I don't want to go too down that rabbit hole. It's way too early. But when you think about it, you stop to think about it, you're observing your thoughts. You're not your thoughts. You're awareness. You are the spirit inside. And those thoughts are coming up, and they're through a filter that is programmed in from 0 to 10. And this is all deep stuff. But at the end of the day, nothing on the outside is going to bring you what you truly want to feel on the inside. And if it does, see, sometimes it does. That's why we get hooked on shit. That's why we get hooked on sex. That's why we get hooked on drugs. That's why we get hooked on alcohol. That's why we get hooked on anything that brings us pleasure: food, porn, right? Social media, television, sports, like we get hooked because it does bring us a different, it alters our mood, but it doesn't last. So your baseline under, if when you're not involved, your baseline under is what you hate about yourself, is your self-image, is what you can't handle about yourself. So even if you say, okay, I'm ready, I'm gonna give all this stuff up. Well, what are you gonna add to your life to be different? If you let go of all this bad shit, bad habits, bad thoughts, bad beliefs, right? If you let it all go because you're ready to free yourself, then what are you gonna add? What new habits, what new beliefs, what new patterns? Guess where that stuff is? It's right here, man. It's in this app. It's in the programs. There's 5 courses. They're built in there. So it's an opportunity for you to reflect, because most of us, to no fault of your own, you haven't actually ever experienced this stuff. That's why I am being promoted, elevated right here, right now, at this time. Because people can talk about your wealth all day long. People can talk to you about getting healthy all day long. People can talk to you about nutrition all day long. But it's this other stuff underneath that the money doesn't fix, the health doesn't fix, the nutrition doesn't fix, the body doesn't fix. I know plenty of people that are ripped and they're broken on the inside. It's really just a therapy, but yet it's not healing. It does improve. Self-image can improve. But I know people that are absolutely ripped, that they will never look in the mirror and see and be proud of themselves. It's never enough, because they have this self-image that they're fat, ugly, whatever someone had programmed over them. This is where I come in. And again, for me, it's the total body. It's the mental health, emotional health, your feelings, spiritual health, and physical health. It's balancing out all those things that are the composite of who you are. It's the totality of your being. So no matter what, you already know. You already know. If you have any addictions, you already know that it doesn't work. They don't work. So keep running back. It doesn't work. It's not going to have a different answer for you. It just welcomes you back. It's something you're so habitually like addicted to and content with, but it doesn't give you the new results. You're not going to feel better about yourself on the inside when you're not in those little blimps of joy. And see, all of us, what we really want is to feel happy, joyful. And ultimately, what it is it's peace, neutrality. It's to like have a cleansed conscience, to be able to just be neutral. It feels so weird, man, to like be neutral, not carrying around guilt, not carrying around shame, not carrying around anger, not carrying around frustration, bitterness, to just be neutral. It's so beautiful. But it makes so many people feel uncomfortable because you feel like you have to be happy or you have to be sad or somewhere in between. That the real flex, the real freedom is when you're just neutral. And then even in that wells up some internal joy and bliss and light and love and kindness and compassion. And, it's everything that I desire to share with you, to show you, to guide you, to lead you. I'm here to be a leader, right? To be a leader of helping people do this, emancipate yourself from mental slavery, but you got to want it. And it's got to be about you. Your why can be like, man, I don't want to lose my relationship, my marriage. I want to be the best parent I can be for my kids. I want to be the best example, right? What kind of examples are we? There's so many of us, we carry around so much guilt and shame because we know we're shit examples, mentally, physically, emotionally, right? All the lees. Like, we're not great examples right now for the youth. We've just checked the fuck out. And that's a terrible place to be. right? But it's an opportunity. And I talked about this, opportunities. How many opportunities are you going to just keep letting you go by? If you've made it this far in the show, this is an opportunity for you. But you got to do some soul searching. And if in order to do some soul searching, guess what? You need to shut down the distractions. You need to shift. So many people today, it's going to be a repeat of last year, of the year before, of the year before that. It's habitual. We are habitual. So if you want to change into a positive life, you can't keep doing the same shit you've been doing that has you in the result you're in right now. If your result is not feeling your best, not having energy, not feeling sexy, not being proud enough to fucking take off your shirt and be the motherfucker, right? To be the sexy lady or the badass motherfucker with your shirt off right here in the middle of the summer, it's like, that's one of the things I have the most proud of. When I walk in the gym, everybody's like, oh shit, there he is. It's just, that's how I carry that energy on me. And that's not ego, that's confidence. I've earned that shit. That's the difference. It's not an act. You can't act this, you gotta earn it. And that's where most people are scared because we've lost work ethic. We've lost the stick-to-itness to say, I'm gonna keep trying no matter how many times it takes. Edison with the light bulb, right? Over 1,000, 2,000 attempts, man. You know, all the people were like, dude, give it up. Burgers and hot dogs on us. Brewskis over here, man. Stop, Thomas. Stop fucking around with the fucking light. We get it. We got candles. We're good. We're good, man. We already got that problem solved. We got the candles, bro. Come get a brewski. You look, we all think you're going insane. Stop. But his thing is, it's not that he failed 1,000 times. He just found 1,000 ways that it didn't work. And then it took one time that it worked, and it's changed our whole entire existence. And so all you are is one decision away from changing your entire existence. But sometimes you have to just keep going after it. But you have to instantly, if you're going to change and switch up routine, patterns, old patterns and beliefs, you instantly have to substitute it with something that's going to pull you in a positive direction. If you keep that void there, just go back to where you came from. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. And that's why we still have 2,000 men a day killing themselves here on this planet. 2,000 men are going to choose pain and the escape, the ultimate escape, delete over life. And that's why I'm working with such a sense of urgency. I was up late last night getting that app loaded. I woke up at 4:00 this morning. I'm going to go drive an hour and a half. I'm going to hike up I'm going to hike to the highest point in New Mexico, right? To the top of New Mexico. I'm going to be standing on the top of New Mexico over 13,000 feet. And I'm going to hike back down and continue working on building out the content, the app, so that I can truly make an impact in this world, fulfill my calling. Right. So I appreciate you listening. I hope that it gives you enough pause for reflection. And most of y'all won't be brave enough to say, man, I have all these other plans though. And I'm not going to say no to that. Because again, you need social acceptance, but that's going to keep you held back. Your desire to be accepted socially will keep you held back. It's not until you literally say, fuck this, fresh out of fucks, I don't give a shit about any social acceptance. I'm going to go do what's going to make a difference to me. Because the truth is that if you stand up for you and you start living for you and you start healing, improving you, you're going to have a lot of people wanting to pull you back down in the ditch, wherever you were. However, if you start being a leader, showing what's possible, you're going to inspire the world around you. And it's just like what I'm doing right now. I'm inspiring the world around me. The people that are being attracted to this message, you're being inspired. And it's because it took me saying no more, drawing a line in the sand and saying no more. I don't care if I'm accepted, rejected, mocked, laughed at. I do not care. I'm going to follow my guiding principle. I'm going to follow what's in my heart, what's in my mind, and I'm going to become the best version of me. And ain't nobody going to get in my way. Ain't nobody going to grab me and put me in the corner and hide my light, right? And keep me all to themselves. You can't do that. My calling is to share myself with the world. And that doesn't mean romantically and intimately. That means that I'm going to share myself and my message, my truth. And it's to inspire change, but only you can change your mind, as Bob Marley said. With that, I love you guys. Celebrate freedom, if you even know what that is. Celebrate freedom. It's not about partying. Fools party, kings celebrate. Celebrate freedom. Free your mind, free yourself of your emotional bondage, have self-mastery and control over your emotions. Free yourself from the inside, connecting with God, and free yourself, right, from the unhealthy nutritional existence on this planet, man. Get healthy. Free yourself from the poison in this world, and it starts right here in your mind. I love you. I care about you. I send you light and love. Thank you so much for listening to the message. I will be back on here because you know the drill. Results kill excuses. Transform your sick and tired into optimal and unstoppable. Greg's out.